welcome back to the channel. I'm TechyPlayz, and before we begin, I would like to say that nostalgia hits everyone at random times. So, today we are doing a little bit of a nostalgia trip with Call of Duty Mobile, which is kind of the only way to play certain maps and certain things in today's setting with actual players that aren't avidly hacking the game. Because it's like most Call of Duty games that I would be nostalgic for have a bunch of hacked lobbies and cheaters all over the place. So, mobile was a nice, modern, kept up to date version of all these nostalgic experiences. And we were just waiting on the resource stuff to finish the downloads, which they did. So, yay, yay, yay. Everything's good. Okay. So, what do we feel most nostalgic for today? Let me adjust my mic a little bit closer. I think we'll do Blackout. That's okay. I understand that it's been a while. And as long as we don't get up to master rank, we really won't run into too many sweaties. Because that seems to be the barrier of entry for... Sorry, I'm going to scoot up a little bit. Because I realize I'm a little bit farther back in the shot than I want it to be. But yeah. That seems to be the border. Once you pass master's rank, which it honestly isn't that hard to do, that's when you get with that's when things get real. That's when things start being dangerous, I'll say. Let's see, do we want to do isolated or do we want to do blackout? I think what we might do is might start in isolated, see how those lobbies are, and if it's not to our liking, then we can do some black, or if we just aren't in the mood for isolated after a few rounds, then we can go do some blackout. I think that seems fair. So we'll launch ourselves into a isolated match. It's also been quite a while. It's been since the last time I streamed this was the last time I played. See, I have no idea what a temp V enhancement is. So I might be quite rusty, and I'll have a crossover with the boys. To be honest, I never got around to watching that. But I've seen a lot of like jokes online about Homelander, so. Wait a second. Okay, I was supposed to say, like, with the dock thing there for a second there, I thought I might have accidentally done a blackout mode, but no. We're in isolated. We're gonna drop it farm. Like I said, I might be quite rusty, so if I'm not rinsing everybody I meet, I don't want to be blamed, alright? But do I not get it? Or do I already have one? I don't know how they work. I don't even think I want to test it out. Ooh, what did I get for a secondary? Okay. Or do we want this as our... Ooh. I feel like my sensitivity got turned down. Alright, so it seems we want to lead with the LMG. And then maybe go in for the AR when we get in a little bit closer. What do we have for... Yeah, we want that more. I like the Growl, but the M4 is a good solid gun as well. It was honestly a toss-up, but I think the M4 has done me a little bit better. One of the reasons I wanted to start off with Isolated is because, like, even though I've had a decent amount of games on this map, I still don't know it all that well. So I still kind of wanted to explore a bit. So this is...
Hi, how are you?
Less of nostalgia. Hello! Hatter and Bendy. Bendy with the check-in blurb, and Hatter with having me tabbed. Whoa. Was that... Oh. But thank you, Hatter, for having me tabbed, and thank you again, Bendy, for the check-in blurb. Okay. Right here might be a good place to check the map. Okay, we're in zone. Okay. So we really don't have to go anywhere, but I kind of don't want to stay. So basically, I'm getting cabin fever for the farm. But I don't really have any genuine motivation aside from that to actually go somewhere else. So we'll go down... Oh. Somebody sensor darted. Yeah, that was a big mistake for them to censor dart. Especially because I also have censor dart. I think the question might be now is, do we want to get a loadout drop or a regular supply drop? Or both? Because honestly, I think I could rock these guns to the end. So I don't think we're really going to need a loadout drop. But that is a loadout drop up ahead. It's kind of hoping it'd be a supply drop. Because I'd much rather have some, oh, what are they called? The thing that was trauma kits, but it's like the, like, ultimate armor plate thing. Like I said, it's been a while since I played mobile. And I have the memories of Black Ops 4 far more ingrained in my brain. Alright, now we can try to go this way again. Now I know that we're probably not being followed. That's a stump. Third party! Get third partied! Hee. Okay, I have a hard time believing that it's a 93 round magazine, drum, whatever you want to call it. But it won't reload. So, not that that's really detrimental at this point in time. Oh, there's a zip line. That'll be nice. That's a bike. Okay. Zip line. Alright, it brought us back to farm, which, not gonna lie, I'm not really okay with. Whoa, okay. Okay, I saw that the circle border in the tunnel there, and I thought it was like a bubble shield or something. Not gonna lie. It was somebody else. Big mistake, bud. I mean, even if you stayed in there, it probably would have ended horribly for you, but that's okay. Well, Jesus criminally. That one was a little close for comfort. There is someone near me. That's a supply drop. That's an enemy approaching. Alright. That's weird that I didn't get any really good shield things. Did they remove them? I mean, I don't really need them, but it was a nice security blanket. We are gonna switch to our AR for the most part now. Because that extra level of maneuverability, it's probably going to be necessary. Was it me and one other? Got him. Woo! Heh. Are we in? Ooh, 16 kills. Nice. So back up to veteran 3. We'll do a play again. Mischief and mayhem. Alright, where do we want to go this time? Let's go to Outpost. Yeah, gun. much as I want to stick around and get a little more loot. I did not pick a drop spot that was in the zone, so I kind of got to keep moving. Okay, being that I'm close to zone, I'm gonna go over and go across the bridge. Because not the biggest fan of swimming in this game. I think when I first started playing this mode, I ran into some... I had some sweaty drops here. I think those buildings reminded me of that, because I think that's where I've died a lot early on. I don't make a habit of dying in these games anymore. Not gonna say it's not gonna happen, because, like I said, it's been a while, and people who are dedicated to playing this game will definitely show when I find them. Because I'm fully aware that there not all that many of them. Being that it's a mobile game, it's very more a casual setting, but there are people, like in every game, that care way too much. So there will always be some sweaties. Just, you don't usually find them, at least not until you hit master rank. There's a possibility I run into one who's doing the exact same thing as me and coming back from a long period of not playing and have ranked down since then. I hope not, but I'm not going to deny the possibilities. That would be silly. Did they just book it and leave? What the? I was being strategic and everything. I figured they were just gonna come blindly in and loot. So I just gunned them down at the door. But no. They had to be smart and run away. Didn't know there was a kind of last stand. Me like RPD. Teku. What do you have? Nothing? Okay. Alright, well I'm gonna go back over to where I was. Because I only just came over here because there was fighting. Obviously I'm gonna have to come back. Because where I'm going is outside the zone. By a little bit. Okay, I saw what I wanted to see. Which was the extreme lack of loot. Which, I don't know what they're expecting, because the person I killed next to that building was already in there and looted. But then again, they could have had plenty of stuff. And left most of the stuff on the ground. So in my opinion, it was worth checking. It's not like oh. So say, like, it sounded like the compass made me think it was coming from two different directions. Little did I know it was behind me. Okay, there's a loadout drop right there. So there's a supply drop beyond that. Now I don't know if the ultimate armor plate
things are in these this time, or if that's just a part of the crossover thing where you don't get them, or if they just were like, no more of these ever again. But it's worth checking. Okay. It seems that they don't have any kind of variation or tiers of armor plates anymore. It seems that they are now using the system that Warzone uses in just having armor plates. Which I thought they were doing a half and half with having it be armor plates and not like the medical supplies like Black Ops 4 had. But it seems to me that now they've just went full ahead and just went just armor plates with no tiers of like better or worse ones. Just like get as many as you can. I don't know what this perk is that gets you a set like down but not out. So that'd be annoying. Or it might be one of those V perks that the thing's advertising. Okay. Alright, one other person left. Down to the wire again. Or I wouldn't really call it down to the wire, but like down to the down to the nitty gritty. I don't know. There's a phrase for this positioning, but I either A, can't think of it, or B, never learned it. Got him. Only 11 kills that time. I think it might be mainly due to a lack of early game kills because we were in a non-zone starting spot, drop spot. I think we'll do one more isolated, and then we'll maybe pop into some blackout. Yeah, I think these temp V items might be the thing that get you down but not out. That or they added more classes. But I like my sensor dart too much. And my tracker feet footprint things. Lets me play as aggressive as I want to play. Let's do circus. I know estates is like the hot drop label, whatever. I like to get some loot first before getting down to the nitty gritty. Oh, goody, a shotgun. Another shotgun. Great. Okay, we are going to swap you out and then... Oh no, I think we like this shotgun. So if I'm going to have a shotgun, I'm going to have that one. Ooh, and then we want this. Okay. So then no more shotgun. That's okay. We don't need shotgun. Shotgun can be fun. I hate how you can't loot those from the back side now. That kind of sounded wrong. But it was nice to where you could approach one of those boxes and you didn't have to be on the opening side. But I guess it now all just spills out of the box like it does in Modern Warfare or Warzone. Sorry. Wait, seriously? No armor plates from either of these guys? Ugh. That's what you call not good. Oh, look, an armor plate. Okay. So we got 2. Awesome. Fortunately, we're going to have to use both right out of the gate. But on the right side is we're back up to full armor. We could go to a buy station and see if said like an alternative full like shield plus some is a thing, or if we could just buy shield plates, armor plates. Also got this and this. Oh, they're both medical ones? Awesome. Let's see. Buy station. Self-revive kit. Ooh. So that's where people are getting. Okay, so we are going to get one of those. Even though we're probably not going to need it. And then class driver. Okay. Okay, okay. Well, now we got 12 armor plates anyways. 12 armor plates, a self-revive, and our class upgrade kit. So our sensor dart is even more sensory darty than before. Whatever that means. I know what it means. It means that I believe the range is extended, the time limit for it is extended, and I think we get more information. I don't know. I just blindly upgrade it just because, like, oh, it lasts a little bit longer. So I don't know if it actually has any other benefits. All I know is I like having the footstep tracker perk and having the sensor darts at my disposal. Because my track record in this game makes it to where I feel fairly confident in my ability to play aggressively in most circumstances. But a lot of times I don't even need the sensor dart because I can either hear them or their footprint markers are on my mini map. Or they're shooting someone else or at me, and I can get them on the compass and or mini map. Okay, I don't know if you need a running head start to get up there. Oh, okay. Ooh, that's a zone. That's a zone on my bum. I was trying to keep up ahead of it. Oh, it's gonna touch my butt. It's touching my butt. It's touching my butt. Ah. I'm good. Good thing health regenerates. There was someone up there. I saw them, but by the time the button would let me ADS, they had went over the horizon. Question is, where might have they gone? Did they go across the zip line? No, it sounds like they went straight ahead. They either killed someone or they died here. And it seems to me the victor of that fight is right around here. So that is either the guy I saw or the guy that killed the guy that I saw. Either way, I got one. I do need to keep moving. So I need to keep moving, and then I immediately stop to, like, long distance somebody. I didn't kill him. But I saw that movement, and I was like, I'm gonna go for it. I really hate swimming. I don't think I'd be able to get across to the bridge, and then across the bridge in time. So, we swimming, much to my dismay. I don't know if going up that hill right where I saw them is going to do me any good. But it's the only heading I have. So I'm going to do it. That and the way to the zone is also right this way. So it also makes the most sense for that regard. In that regard, not for that regard. That's a dead body. Circle's creeping up on me. Well, looks like they got third partied. Or they had killed them and then, like, shortly after was in another fight, which might be called might be third party, might not be. Hesitating, because they had a sensor dart. That might have been the one that had the sensor dart up. But it very well could have been either of these three. Oh, crap. You can do that too, a hole. You in the barn, are you? That's cool. Got him. And then there's another one. Talk about relying on your ammo supply. Well, I didn't have to spray and pray this guy because he kept doing I'll admit, a decent good job of strafing me. Commendment where it's due, you know, like, congrats, dude, you made me, like, just spray and pray with my RPD. That put me in a tight bind for ammo, so I switched to what apparently is a god-awful magazine load. 20 bullets? What am I doing here? No, I don't want to use these. You got a better one? Yeah, you do. Rocking 2 KN44s? What do you really like this gun that much? Jeez. I was like, okay, I guess, but talk about double ammoing. I mean, I'm not one to talk. Both of mine are the same ammo type. See, 30 is a little bit better than 20. Okay, me and one other yet again. Darn it. What I try to do is I try to get it in, like, to encompass the entire final circle there. Which means he's not that way. Probably. Unless he's way out of the zone. One can hope he's tempted by this supply drop here. Yep. We did it. Again. Nine kills that time. I'll be honest, most of the lack of kills right now have just been lack of seeing people. Right, back up to Veteran 4, which is, I believe, where we were at when I first logged in, and then it stripped me down to 1. Win streak. We are going to exit, because we are going to do blackouts. Technically, I could have both selected. But we're gonna guarantee us some blackout. And then going on for an hour. Okay. So, oh, they also have the temp V and stuff in here too. Okay. Because one. I don't know how I got turned around. I was trying to go to like one of the. Oh, that's where it should be. It's over there. Guess they removed one of the entrances to the underneath. Weird. Alright. Time to go to the good old house. We got a gun. We got an armor plate. Or two. Apparently they come in two stat. I don't want a sniper, but that's okay. We can always swap it out with something else. The Pharaoh. Don't know how good that is. The M4. Awesome sauce. Alright. And that hasn't charged up enough. Okay. And I guess we will just come here and start looting. Not gonna lie, I'm used to at least one person like landing around here and getting an early kill there. Guess nobody really wants to do that anymore. Okay. That's fine. Never mind. We got our early kill guy. All I had to do was say something. Okay, we're gonna make our way over to Rivertown. It's usually the biggest crossroads of people in just about any blackout match you can think of. Or a bit. It used to be a full-on death sentence to try to go through Rivertown. But that's also when, not sensor darts, but, trip mine things. I can't remember what the names were. But, like, people would set them across the road all over the place. And if you weren't careful, you get blowed up real good. Luckily, that is not an item in this version of Blackout. Ooh. Got somebody at the gas station. And they're dead. Hooray. What did I gain a fourth? I don't know what I have. I don't know what I have, but I have something that gives me an extra armor spot. That's cool because no matter what, you can just go back up to 200. As long as you have plates, that's actually technically better than the... What do I have? What is this? Heavy plate carrier. Increases armor, HP limit. Oh. Oh. Why did it take me like 4 games to get... I don't know if it's exclusive to the Blackout mode or not, but like... Why isn't that something that's in the supply drops if it's in the other mode? Because that's just great. That's like... Oh, that's so much better than like the... I want to say overdrive kinetic armor plate that used to be in the game. It's definitely a lot better than the trauma kit, which was essentially the exact same thing. Okay, we made it through Rivertown, so hooray. I'm hoping we don't have to come back this way. So Mobile Battle Royale now has both self-revives, Warzone style armor plates, and a armor pack thing that gives you an extra plate. They definitely revamped the health stuff or the... I don't want to say medical stuff because it's not. But like as far as like armoring up, they really revamped the system and I like it. And apparently this pack is hard to come by, so like just like the trauma kits used to be, they got a lot more popular or a lot more populated on maps the more that Blackout went on in Blackout 4's lifespan. Because they used to be rare. There used to be places that would spawn them more often than others, but they used to be pretty rare. And if these packs that give you an extra plate are rare, that's decent balancing for it. Because before, like, I could literally just go farming supply drops for the super extra kinetic special plate and just have like 5 of them on me, 4 in my bag and 1 on applied, and I'd be pretty much golden if I like needed to stock back up. Then I would go get more supply drops. And then once I restocked from supply drops, I'd be golden again. Which made the end game really easy because I could just tank fights a lot of times. Now, there were still times that I would lose, and those were mostly due to sweaty players throwing smoke bombs and outmaneuvering and stuff. Which, props to all those players that actually, like, do those very intricate maneuvers and stuff like that with either A, touchscreens, or B, controller, because I would need a keyboard and mouse for things like that to do comfortably. I used to be pretty adept with the controller, but now I'm kind of like a little bit clunky, as you can tell, because I am using a controller for this. But I very much wish I was using a keyboard and mouse. But that would be too unfair. They let people in Fortnite play with everybody against everybody, so you play in touchscreen versus controller versus keyboard and mouse, and everyone plays, and like you got all that going on. But the most you get for Call of Duty Mobile is controller support, and that's very limited because I still have to navigate the menus with touch, or in this case, because I'm using an iPad, like a mouse, not keyboard. There's no keyboard control compatibility at all. Maybe for like typing in an in-game chat or something like that, but I wouldn't consider that counting because it's literally just like typing keyboard, not controls keyboard. So I get it. I get that it would be a little bit out there for a mobile version of Call of Duty to adopt keyboard and mouse controls for any mobile devices that support keyboard and mouse, like an iPad. Because that would widen skill gaps among players by a lot. But at the same time, I feel like it should be acceptable to play however you're most comfortable with playing, instead of being like, oh, you are a keyboard and mouse shooter games kind of player, but if you want to play mobile, then you're going to have to either use touch controls or a controller. So sorry. So, there's an argument to be made for both, and it's taking me back to Rivertown. Said I didn't want it to do that, but it's doing it anyway. So, like, in short terms, I wish they would give me a keyboard and mouse support. But I fully understand the reasoning for not doing it. Because not every game can be Fortnite and just be like, you know what? Yeah, we will let players use whatever they want. Unless it's keyboard and mouse on mobile. But we have other platforms that use keyboard and mouse. Pretty much just every other one, except for a Switch. But that gets a mouse mode. So Nintendo meets you halfway. Oh god. Saw those footprints on the shore, and I was like, that's not the one I just killed. And that's not in the same direction as the one I just killed. See, this is why I didn't want to come back to Rivertown. People are crazy here. They're crazy. They come swimming up on you. Like a piranha. Hold up. Okay, someone was shooting at me. I don't know if it was one of them and their stray bullets, or what. All I know is I'm definitely going to kill the ones that I did see. And then maybe... There we are. Who were you shooting at? You. See what I mean? And we're not even in Rivertown. We're in the outskirts. There's just people coming out of the woodwork left and right. You know, what's the point of the capsules from the dead body if half of their stuff is just going to spill out? I know, I waited a bit to start shooting them, but I was like, I didn't want to waste shots. Haven't been the most consistent at range. It's too late. It's too late. He might have like, oh, I got the sensor dart zone in time. No, you didn't. No, you did not. I commend you for staying just ahead of my bullets. But an ultimately fruitless effort. Alright, once again, me and one other, and I already got them spotted. Where are they? I don't see them anywhere. Ah. Are they seriously, like, using that tree for cover? Alright, listen here, Jackass. Back up to 11 kills. We like that. We like that a lot. Okay, made it up to veteran 5. I think we do one more. We're almost at the hour and a half mark. And I feel like one more should be enough. Okay, okay, no. I did get turned around a little bit. I still don't know why they emptied so much of this room out. Like, yeah, the clutter might have affected performance on some mobile devices. But you should at least have the option to toggle that stuff back in, because it wasn't obstructing any view or anything that I can think of. Almost made it all the way through. Do we dare do cargo docks? Yeah. Yeah, we dare. The only irritating thing about cargo docks is there have been plenty of people who like to edge around the bottom of the boat just to stay out of range of weapons fire and sneak away. And that gets annoying. And mostly because it's happened on multiple occasions that it's that annoying. So, okay, we got some armor plates. Okay, maybe we should check. Oh, it's not ready yet. He's not ready yet. Okay, it's ready now. Go blue. Anybody? Oh, two, and one's on the boat. Excellent, excellent. And that means we are heading off of the boat to go track that other one down. Wherever they may have gone. Which might have been them. Okay, never mind. I was going to say they were trying to leave because they knew that they were sensor darted. But they were not afraid. Even though they should have been, because I played a game. Alright. Now let's see, because freak occurrence usually happens when I try to leave someone in the parking lot. Always seems to show up. Not today. Well, you can't expect it every time, but it's oh, never mind. There's one. The tradition continues. There's my parking lot kill. Ooh, they had some good stuff. Or some decent stuff, I should say. So we in zone. Yeah, we are. I think we'll make our way over to Array. It's just toward the middle of the circle. Which doesn't guarantee us next zone, but it's likely. Pretty likely, I'd say. Yeah, that's a bike. Okay. We're just going to close ourselves in here for a moment because we need to make adjustments to the air conditioner. Now that we have done that, back on our way to Array.
Firmly grasp it.
I was not expecting that. Ugh.
Firmly grasp it.
Oh, happy 3-year mod anniversary, buddy, and the woot woot, and firmly grasp it. I have firmly grasped it in my pants. Now, I'm not talking about the naughty thing. I'm talking about the brown. By the way, if the game is a bit quiet, I don't know why. I have it at max volume for both sound effects and master volume. I even turned the the OBS monitoring up a bit in a way that shouldn't affect too much of you're welcome. Shouldn't affect the Nintendo Switch content stuff too much with the volume adjustment. Hold up. You guys are seeing this, right? This texture is floating for some reason. It's above the ground. Hold on, can I prone? I can. For Call of Duty, you can prone. Look at this. I don't know how well you guys can see this. But it's just like floating texture above the road. That's weird, and it's on both. Yeah, that's... I don't know if that's new or I just noticed it for the first time, but that's weird. And if you'd think with how old I think I passed a ray. No, I didn't. It's still off that way. Wait, is that a supply drop or that's a loadout drop? There's a supply drop off that way, yes. But as we've noticed, that doesn't mean what it used to mean, so I'm not so eager to get supply drops now. I would very much like to get me another one of those fourth plate holding packs. Those are nice. And yes, I've already forgotten the name of the item. We go. Okay, we are no longer going to Array. We're probably going back over by cargo docks. Because apparently I have this knack for starting somewhere, leaving, hoping not to go back that game, and then having to go back because of zone. So, whatever, you know? Of course, that's the loadout drop. That's in the mouth. Where was that supply drop? Oh. Back by fracking tower. Okay. Hold up. Wait a minute. Nice sliding. Too bad it didn't help. Okay, what AR am I using? XM4. Okay. Okay. How nice the XM4 handles. But I suppose that we can go over to these supply drops. Because if anything, it might help us find some victims. It did. Oh, Okay, it does not appear that we got the pack we wanted. We got the quick plate carrier, which makes it to where we've got 2 slots that are that it makes it to where we fill up our armor with less plates. I don't know if that's better. I don't know if that's better. Oh, there's just another quick one in there. Okay. I'll say I like the fact that there's a variety of these kind of packs that you can get that offer different benefits, but honestly, the one that I got the other round was just, in my opinion, a lot better, because I don't usually have to worry about how fast my plates go. But having 200 armor instead of 150 armor, in my opinion, is better. So, this other supply drop. See that I like that better. And now I know that is probably there's a chance to get it from the supply drops, but it's not every supply drop. So that means supply drops are still a good chase to go for, but it's not a guarantee like gravy train armor wise like it was before with the kinetic plates. I'm committing to calling them kinetic because I'm pretty sure that's what they were. Hello. Sorry. Usually I mute for something like that. Usually I mute if I need to cough. I was not able to. There were people. Yeah. So in other words, that yeah, I'm having a little bit of sinus drainage going on. Tis the season of allergy. Is there another? Yep. I think that one was down. So whatever I have for a secondary right now. The Man of War. Okay. My god. It is Jumpscare City with the blurps tonight. Oh god. And I'm not even playing a scary game. You're laughing. Stop laughing at me. Don't you laugh at me. Ain't that funny? I could have died. So the Man of War... ooh, that was a pretty good overlap. The Man of War seems to have pretty good single fire distance accuracy. Is it in the tree? Is that in the... Don't tell me it's in the tree. I want it to be in the tree. Oh no, it's still in the air. Okay. Now it's on the ground. Me and one other person again. Okay, I was about to say, did that not hit? But it did. It just took a while to hit. Okay. Well, they're this way, so... Goodbye. Thanks for playing. See you in the lobby. "12 kills. Yeah, I did say that was the last one, so we did it. We won 5 games. We look. I know that this game has never been uber popular on my channel, but there's sometimes that I want to play a game. So I do. But if you did stick it out with me live, or if you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, thank you all so much for watching. Please feel free to show your support on both Twitch and YouTube. And once again, speaking of YouTube, if you're watching it there will be links in the video description below. The first few will go to my friends' channels, and then I can't snooze the ad. Well, I guess they're just gonna have to... I guess the outro will have to wait for another minute and 40-something seconds. Oh yeah. I'd be nice to my Twitch audience. So we'll just go through all the little post-match screens. And then there we go. Oh, you keep the little win streak on the main screen here too. Nice. Oh, we could all open the boxes. Open the boxes. Save the secret key. I don't know what saving it. Fancy. Still got kind of fancy. That one real nice, but I think I have a better one on my ICR for Battle Royale and stuff. We can double check here in a minute. Ooh, they got the tank one too. There's a lot of different stuff with this camo. It's a nice camo though. Glad I got it for free. Alright, let's go to loadout real quick. We go to weapons and camos, assault rifle. Where's the ICR 7 or ICR 1? Yeah, that looks cooler than the black and red thing. Yeah, so I'm not swapping that one out. Nope. Unless there is an ICR 7 and I missed it. But it usually picks one iteration of like certain weapons. Yeah, no ICR 7, only ICR 1. Okay.
Alright, back from the ads.
Yes.
Okay, so back to the outro. Because that was our last match.
So we'll go back up here. Back to this.
Anyways, back to addressing YouTube audience. If you're watching the VOD, and there will be links in the description below to the friends channels of both Twitch and or YouTube. Well, Twitch or YouTube. I don't have linked both if they have both. I just have linked their most used one. So it'll be down there. And I know you guys heard that a little bit ago if you're watching on YouTube, but I was being nice to Twitch to audience. Let them finish the ad break. But yeah. So just below those links in the description, there will be my social media as well. And for the YouTube viewers, there will be a video and a playlist on screen for you guys to continue your watching journey on said YouTube channel. And with all that said, I will see you guys there.